Hi, May May. Always, I love you, May May. I do love you, May May. I want you to know that. I truly do. And I am glad that you have been a part of my life. You too, Poppy. Two of my favorite people. Ever, ever, ever. I hope you guys have had a good day. Oh, I had a picture pulled up. Hold on. The mouse sends me all of these nature pictures, and I love them. So let me find one of the beautiful ones. Check this out, my friends. This is the cutest. The mouse, you need to do a like nature magazine with all your pictures in it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, girl. Go make you some money off your animal pets. You will thank me later. I'll only take 1% because it was my idea. I know, that sounded horrible. I am going to start playing my music again. I am. I cannot do it without my music. Anyhow, ladies, because I love you, we're going to look at some of my Summer Wells notes. I'm going to go back and look at some text. Now, I mean, y'all know I got too much to say. I cannot keep my mouth shut. Now, I do have Killer Looks, link in the description, what I'm going to be talking about. Don't know if I'll show it. I am going to talk about it, and but absolutely give that man credit. I do like me some Killer Looks, I must say. Nature Lover, their description is also in their link is also in the description, I must say. And I'm not sure if I'll show theirs, but I'm going to talk about some stuff. For real. And we may be just talking about a lot of things. You never know. But let me tell you what my low budget dumbass did. So I had all my notes pulled up on my laptop, and like a dummy, I laid my arm on my laptop. So I lost the page I wanted to be at. For real. Now, you know, we can get into two-faced people. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's a difference. Well, I don't know. I'm going to Google it. We are going to Google it. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. 'Cause I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Okay. So anyhow, Killer Looks. You guys can check out Tiffany. Fred went over, had a conversation with her. I did not get to see the whole thing. I still got to go back and watch some of it. I hope that people with common sense recognize when people say things about each other just to, you know, they think they're getting back at each other, or they're pissing each other off by saying some of the stuff they're saying, right? And, so I always take that into account when, like, Jody and Fred are fucking with each other, right? You got to take that into account. Now, you know, I am not going to sit here and say that Fred and his wife do not want Summer Wells found. I am not going to say that. I have my opinion that, um, I mean, they have to know that, that's a good little chunk of their monthly income. Talking about Summer, there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when the story changes and the inconsistencies in statements shows when they do say something that people should believe, then people question it, right? I mean, that's just not with them. That's just with, people in general. People in general. Oh, my Lord. Let me get past this 20 pages of Dawn talking to Chris McDonough. Because I kind of wanted to get to a couple that I have some other people in Dawn Wells. For sure. Love is in the air. Oh, I know what I can show you guys real quick. And this is heartbreaking, you guys. It really is. Where the hell did I put it? I'm just losing things everywhere. Hey, what time is it in has the deadline passed for Nancy Guthrie? I pulled up an update. I don't know what the time difference is, May May. Cam from Cam and Alley, cracking cases, has came out and he is very ill, very, very ill right now. So I am going to share this because we are going to send them just off the chart prayers. It's 8:08 p.m. there. Dang, May May. I'll try not to keep you up late, darling, I promise. Poppy, how's the weather where you're at? I hope by now you got your electric on. Poppy didn't have electric for days. Days and days. But I knew Mr. Mustang was taking care of her, so I wasn't worried. I definitely knew she was cooking for him. I think Poppy waits until I go live to cook. She's like, RC's live, let me bake this cake. And I love that, Poppy. I love that about you. Don't get me wrong. Poppy, she be fixing 5-course meals. I'm like, I'm coming for dinner, lady. It's 54 there. It's pretty here, too. Oh, it was so funny. Okay. So One Eye, I call him, the little black kitten that is not little anymore. And I was watching him, and he went out to the middle of the road. Don't worry, we don't have a lot of traffic down here. He's smart enough to get out of the road if he hears a car coming. He's seen his shadow, and he walks to the middle of the road, sees his shadow, and just falls down like he's like, oh, I have a new friend, right? It was so funny. I enjoyed it. I did. But here's Cam, you guys. And we're gonna send Cam a lot of love. Let me turn the closed caption on. for sure. Um, I really hope the best for him and Allie. And they have been through some crap together, you guys. They really have. And they've they're making it together, which is really surprising, I think, to a lot of people, right? A lot of couples that go through what they've went through um, sometimes don't make it. And him and Allie are still together. But Cam is very ill and he needs a liver transplant. That's what he's saying.
Guys, I just want to tell you thank you for everything that y'all have done in praying for me and my family. It doesn't go unnoticed. I need more prayer because I'm going to have a liver transplant soon. I'm going to try to make a appointment at UVA Hospital to get this all taken care of. You can't.
And this is okay. So, I mean, I'm sorry. Let's talk about a liver transplant. So, he's going to have to be tested to see if there's even a match out there, right? Don't they test the family members and stuff to see if any of them are compatible, would have or no, that might be kidneys. That might be, is that for the liver too? Dang it, I'm Googling it. I'm sorry. This is just the way I am. Okay. How would one get a, and the liver is a very important part to your body. Let's see. A living donor transplant. Well, right here, this is one of the oldest and largest liver transplant programs in the USA. Wow. The Cleveland Clinic, that is a freaking fantastic place. They are very intelligent there. That's where my daughter was when she had that in her brain, when she had that stuff in her brain. I know a guy who had a transplant and he went right on the alcohol and started abusing his new liver. Yeah, I've heard of that happening too. Okay, how do you get on the liver transplant list? Let's see. So there's a living donor donation. They say always get a second opinion. Yes. Living liver donation is when a healthy living person decides to donate part of their liver to someone with liver failure. Living donation can be considered for a family member, friend, co-worker, or even a stranger. Wow. This is right here's the site. It's the UPMC Life Changing Medicine site. Wow. I love when I find really interesting sites. I do. I'm sorry. Let me get you guys back to Cam. So, I mean, he does look jaundiced, right? Because isn't that what happens? They turn, your skin starts turning yellow, right? And he's got a lot of weight in his face. Wow.
See, boy, my eyes, these circles. I'm sick, and I still need prayer, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys who reached out and lifted me up in prayer.
And let me say, I'm not trying to sound sarcastic or anything, guys, all right? You know, I kind of have a flat tone sometimes, and people take what I'm saying completely wrong. And so, just to let you guys know, all right, I'm being serious. Yes, in your eyes. Hello, hello, Happy. Yeah, his eyes. If they touched you, you are positive of drugs, you will be taken off the list. Oh, I believe that, Poppy. I believe that.
It's not going unnoticed, and it's very, very much appreciated by me.
Well, I would think that he was just in the hospital, right? I'll pull something else up here in just a second. Hold on.
Me, my wife, and my family, my children, everybody. The love is for real, and I feel it. And I just need everybody to know that we do put our faith in God. But if it wasn't for the love you guys are showing, I wouldn't know what to do.
And that is good. I'm glad people have been showing them love because, you know, everybody needs to be shown a little love sometimes. And after, you know, what was made very public about, you know, him and Allie, of course, I think they need prayers and things like that. But I am not going to blame people who hesitate and have their own opinion on what they think is going on because, you know, I personally don't know. I'm just telling Jesus to hand out the prayers today, okay? I'm just saying. You think he looks pretty good? He's yeah, he looks like he's I mean that it looks like he's kind of got a little bit of Bell's palsy there, right? You think he's much less bloated?
I'm very sick, and I feel sick all the time. And I need a miracle, and I just want to be normal. I want to play with my children again.
Now, wait a minute, because we know that they were getting, how would you word that? Therapeutic doses of medication for their addictions, right? Would they, I mean, if you're having liver failure, would they try to keep you on that medication? Damn it, here I go. This is horrible. I ask too many freaking questions. I do. Ugh. That's why we can never stay on topic over here. We go everywhere over here. I'm just saying, addiction assistance. That's a great way to put it, Appy. I don't think they'd still continue that. I don't know. Let's Google it. Okay, hold on. I got to get rid of, I've got 1,000 tabs pulled up here. Let me get rid of a couple. I can re-pull them up. I can. Okay, hold on. Oh, my Lord. Lordy, 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 take these people by the hand. Lead them into a better land. Okay. That sounded weird. Okay, hold on. What the heck am I looking for? Would a hold on, we're gonna get technical here. recommend being on there we go. Okay, yes. Yes, it says here a hepatologist or a gastroenterologist would likely recommend Suboxone. Oh, I get it. It's safe for the liver. It's generally safe for the liver. That is really good. So instead of giving them opioids, they'll just give them the Suboxone. Wow. Wow. As long as you're taking it as prescribed. Well, it makes sense, May. Instead of putting them on the opioid, getting them, possibly addicted to it, they just give them the Suboxone instead. But, this is weird because, like with, oh, doggone it, what's the other medicine they give? I apologize, you guys. Methadone. Okay? I've heard this. I don't know if it's true that with the methadone, that individuals that I can't even think. This is horrible. That withdrawals are worse on the methadone than they are the heroin. That's what I heard. I mean, either way, I think if you're going to withdraw from that kind of stuff, you need to be in the hospital. I don't know how individuals just detox off of that stuff on their own, especially if they've been on it for a long period of time. It's dangerous. Dangerous. Yeah, okay, so we answered that question. Good. I'm glad because, if they have to have that, for real.
Without getting so wore out. I want to play with my children without having to worry about having a seizure. I want to spend.
So he'd been having seizures? Wow. Bless your heart, Cam.
Time with my wife without worrying about having to have a seizure. It's just on, and I'm sick of it. I love this woman with all my life and everything in me, and she loves me the same way. I'm very fortunate to have that after 14 years.
Yes.
But I'm not.
Yes, sir, you absolutely are. And you should be screaming that from the mountaintops. I'm just saying. Totally my opinion. Totally my opinion. And I don't really need to say the story of Cam and Alley that they showed us, but she was a beautiful girl, had a future ahead of her in nursing, and her life fell apart very quickly. And it was heartbreaking to me anyway. I'm sure some people were like, yeah, whatever, but that was very, very heartbreaking to see that, for sure.
Ready to go. I'm not ready to leave, and I'm ready to be here for her and my babies for many years to come. But whatever God's will is, that's what shall be. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm distraught. I'm worried. I'm sad. I'm scared. Let's be honest. Everybody goes through this. when well, not everybody, but the people that are sick and they don't know what to do with what they're going through, and your body is so nervous and your body is not knowing what's going on, your mind's telling you one thing and your body's making you feel another way.
How come I ain't seen a tear? Am I wrong for saying this? Am I wrong for asking that question? His eyes are pretty glassy. Maybe he's holding back that tear. I don't know. That sounded like a bitch, didn't it? All right. I apologize. I apologize, Cam. I shouldn't have mentioned that. I shouldn't have brought it up. This is about sending prayers. Maybe I shouldn't have showed this because that sounded pretty bad, didn't it? I do apologize for that. I'm just asking. I'm asking what I see. Oh, they don't have smoking except at what? My ex-partner's sister had liver failure and was in the hospital on a drip. She went outside for a cigarette and then off to the pub. Went back to the ward in a bit of a state. That's serious. Are you serious, May May? Girl, May May, dang. That's kind of cray-cray. It is, lady. Well, never a dull moment with who you know, May May. Never a dull moment for you, May May. For real. Okay. All right. Let's let Cam finish.
And doctors are telling you this, and this person's telling you that. What are you supposed to do?
Listen to your doctors, Cam.
I don't know. I'm lost. I need prayer and I need help. I need guidance from people that might have been through this before in their life.
I agree. I agree.
Because Lord knows I don't know how to deal with it. But again, please keep praying.
Jim,
Okay.
let me play you a soundbite from
Oh,
Savannah's sister.
Wait. I went too far. Let's get our rabbit back. Let's get our beautiful little rabbit back. But Cam needs prayers, you guys. So definitely, pray for him. And I'm not being sarcastic either. Okay, let me pull my dang stuff up here on my big computer. I have the worst time with my laptop. I mean, you would think that my little hands would be all right on the laptop. It's not. I'm going to get me a new keyboard where all of the letters and stuff are big so I can see. But my molecular degeneration runs in the family. Grandma had it. My mom had it. Grandma, they would, and my mom too, they inject your eyeballs. They do. I'm already scared. I am scared. I really am. I'll start eating more carrots. Okay, a hare. A hare or a bunny or a rabbit. Hey, I know I told you guys this before. I used to have a rabbit. I had an albino rabbit named David. His name was David. He played with balls. That dude, he was off the charts. He was. He was very smart. He was. All right. So we extensively talked about Dawn Wells over here. We talked about Candace. We haven't really gotten in depth about Tim Mullins yet. Grandma, ain't much to say about Grandma, right? At all. At all. Now, Jody Sue, when it comes to Andy, Andy was the weed man. Okay? Now, I gotta find this. I believe it's in Killer Looks. All right, hold on. I gotta pull it up. Fred. Now, Fred, number one, how did you know this? Number two, why are you just now coming out and saying this? That Jody Sue, Fred says, Jody Sue allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, speculative on Fred's part, I do not know, was supposed to have gotten a delivery at the end of her driveway on the 14th. I know I heard it. If anyone else has heard it, please come into chat and say, yes, you heard that right, remain calm. Please. Because like I said, I didn't get to listen to all of the, I was just catching bits and pieces. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Okay, yes. Without music, I know I can't sing. So I'm going to apologize to everybody now for making you listen to me sing for years. You guys loved it. I know you did. We will get back there. I promise you. I promise you. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and I did not get to watch all of him over at Tiffany Marie's. This is my thing, okay? This is my thingy thing. If I forgot what I was going to say. I was in a little town in the outskirts of Indianapolis. I was shocked that you have bunnies that run around like we have squirrels everywhere, little bunnies. Gene, did I ever tell? I know I didn't tell you. Do you guys remember? Now, this was, gosh, probably more than a couple years ago, when the three guys chased that rabbit into my yard. And they wasn't chasing it because they wanted to make it a pet. Do you guys remember that? That made me think of the bunnies. And my little ass marched right over and said, "What are you doing? You're not eating this rabbit." And guess what? They didn't. They could have beat me up over that rabbit. I didn't even think about it. I was talking to somebody on the phone when that happened. I can't remember who it was. Hey, Jamie. Oh, no. Oh, we're definitely praying, Jamie. That sucks. That sucks so bad. For real. For real, for real. Well, we know you're fond of her, Jamie, because you come in asking for prayers for her. That's great. For sure. Okay, so there's this new name that's been mentioned in the Summer Wells case. Now, I get a little freaky. I do, when people put music into their content. I've not texted Killer Looks to ask him if I could use his stuff. So, I mean, I'm weird like that, you guys. I really am. I don't think he would mind because I am going to use it to commentate on it. And he's definitely got credit in the description. Um, so we'll listen to it. We'll listen to it. There's a couple different things. But yes, Fred, Jody, I don't know where Fred was talking or whatever. Highlights from Jody Sue's 8-hour live from 2/24/25 titled Yikes, Now Fred Says. So I got to commentate on it. Please go check out Killer Looks. And actually, let's go ahead and drop his link in chat too. Because I know some of you, hey, I don't blame you for being lazy. You're like, no, give it to me now. Okay, there is the link to Killer Looks. Okay, like I said, you guys, I am going to commentate. There was a couple different ones that I was listening to it and I was like, man, oh man. Let's speed it up just a little bit. I do have closed captions on. I am going to share it with you because I would have forgot. So, okay, let's just see what's happening here. So, Jody's not, I mean, whatever Fred said, Jody made sure that she responded. A new name, yeah, a new name. But then I had to question, was it actually a new name? But I haven't listened to all of it. So let's hear the name together. Because I've heard names, but I can't remember exactly where I heard them from. Jody's doing a lot. Jody's reviewing a live that Ziggy had done the night before. Jody came into chat to interact with Fred. Oh, so they got Jody in chat.
Let's see. There we go. This is where I came in. Literally 3 hours, 46 minutes, and 45 seconds into it. I see Fred saying Ricky Trent is a neighbor of JSP and other such fuckery, along with others.
We've heard that name. I've heard that name, Ricky Trent. Now, sorry, I'm kind of lazy. I haven't went through everything I have to see where that name come up, but that name come up. Now, why I titled Checking Out Some Old Materials, I have a lot of, not only notes, but text messages and, different things like that I haven't looked at forever. So that is starting to happen.
Go and Rhiannon Benson is like, go ask JSP to those in the bushes, and then Fred's like, JSP knows all about Ricky Trent.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't go some places on YouTube, and I have not a clue if Jody may be a regular in Ziggy's chat. I don't know that. Okay. I don't know if that's even a big deal. But Ricky Trent's name come up. Fred was talking, and Jody wasn't listening. How about that? Ha! How about that, y'all?
That's where I came in at. That's what I seen. And I was like, well, damn, there they go. Crafting lies and crafting shit. Yeah. All right. So this is where I come in and I see a shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm like, oh, Ricky Trent's got Fred feeling some type of way. All that shit on the community wall, it's got him feeling, it's got him in his feels. It's got him in his feet. Not to be mistaken with the only thing he can semi fucking in jail cell. So, anyway, I mean, I guess
Jody does have a slew of stuff over on her community post, you guys. She put out a lot of stuff.
that's when the rest of the guys ain't beating the shit out of him until he's almost dead or he ain't fucking DTs, you know, whichever. Can't eat that. I should probably let that play out. Anyway.
What? Okay, she went to somebody doing DTs. Lord have mercy. All right, I shouldn't have had that piece of candy. I apologize. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, so she comes in. Fred's talking about Ricky Trent. Ricky Trent. And I'm going to find Ricky Trent. Because I remember Ricky Trent from, I don't know, somebody pulled him up. Hey, Amy's.
About Ricky Trent. That's where I came in at. That's what I seen. And I was like, well, damn, there they go. Crafting lies and crafting shit. Yeah. All right. So this is where I come in and I see a shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm like, oh.
Fred said Ricky Trent was Jody's neighbor. It is 3:43 here, May. 3:43. Ricky Trent, often referred to as Trent, was a resident of Hawkins County, Tennessee, who was fatally pew-pewed in November. Thank you, Amy's. I knew I had heard his name before. Absolutely. Hey, thank you, Degenerate Lost. Thank you so much. New member. Oh, hit the wrong one. I've had too much candy. I have. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Yay, got a new member. Yay. I have to start using that stuff. I'm paying for it, damn it. I'm too lazy to pull it back up. Isn't that horrible? That really shows my laziness. At 5 o'clock. Wow. Thank you. Really, thank you. That helps so much. Helps so much. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah. Jody didn't like that. How dare you, Fred, say I had a neighbor that I didn't have. Oh, thank you.
Ricky Trent's got Fred feeling some type of way. All that shit on the community wall, it's got him feeling, it's got him in his feels.
Oh, so we need to go look at our community
wall. Not be
wall.
mistaken with the only thing he can semi fucking in jail cell. So
I slowed her down. I'm sorry, you guys.
Anyway, I mean, I guess that's when the rest of the guys ain't beating the shit out of him until he's almost dead or he ain't fucking DTs, you know.
Jody.
Can't eat that. I should probably let that play out. Anyway, so.
Okay, we need to get to the.
No, but look,
Nitty gritty.
they had to bring back life. Yeah. All right, motherfucker. We got
Because Ricky Trent isn't alive anymore. So guess what? Ricky Trent can be, put in the scenario of Beach Creekers or whatever, just like Cotton Simpson. There's a whole list of individuals that passed away. Hey, DJ, that passed away right after Summer went missing. And of course, it is kind of convenient to talk about somebody who's not here and speaks for themselves. I find it pretty interesting that, Chad, Fred's friend, hasn't came out and said anything. I've never heard anybody. I mean, Fred kind of, Chad said, but I've never heard from him. For real. Interesting. But anywho, moving on.
you.
A few times. What do you mean? What have you?
Now wait, whoa, back that up. She read the comment clearly about Ricky Trent and him, or no, him being Fred's buddy, right? All right.
Fred said Ricky Trent's a neighbor of Jody's. Or was a neighbor of Jody's. All Jody's comments have been removed from Ziggy's chat. Jody, why'd you take the comments down? Why'd you remove the comments? That's no fun, lady. Okay. All right. Let's get through this commercial. All right, hold on. Dang it, get with it, lady.
What the heck? Is that really Jody Sue? What is her deal?
Well, that kind of answered my question. If Ziggy was surprised to see her, like, oh my gosh, there's Jody. Is that really her? Means Jody maybe didn't hang out over there very often. I don't know. Thank you,
Holy
Poppy.
crap, she's obsessive. No way, is she really that scared of her fam? Dude, your guiltiness is showing. You're
Fred said, ask Brandon Clark about Ricky Trent. He was around him more than I ever was. But Brandon Clark isn't Jody Sue. And you know Brandon Clark. Who are you telling to ask Brandon Clark, Fred? Wouldn't your woman want to do that for her channel? Talk to Brandon Clark? Hey, JLR talked to him before. He did. I don't know if they mentioned Ricky Trent or not, but I do remember the name was mentioned. For sure.
She says, Ricky Trent is your buddy, Fred. You know what you have done and are doing. Keep going, pal. See what it goes, you motherfucker.
Andy was his bestie as well.
Damn, yeah, I knew I smelled smoke.
Fred, why are you just now saying this stuff after all this time? Are you coming out of your shell? Fred's coming out of his shell, you guys. He is building confidence. You can tell. He's actually been speaking. So, Why'd you wait so long, though? The thing about it is you all knew each other. You all knew each other in one capacity or another. But he does say something pretty bad.
It's your buddy. How is he his buddy? He sold drugs to him a few times. What do you mean? Why haven't you told us before?
Wait. He sold him there a few times. You're saying that he was her neighbor. That doesn't make any sense.
What is there to, I mean, what the hell are you getting at? Will you freaking just do it already?
Fred's probably scared.
Why are you so...
We'll
Katie says you got so much information. Why don't you turn in TBI?
Yeah, go tell TBI. That'd be more productive.
You're the one, Fred, who's mentioning this stuff. But telling her, if you know something, turn it into the TBI. So, okay. I mean, these people really get into it. They just telling secrets.
Yeah, go tell TBI. That'd be more productive. Yeah.
Damn. Fred called her a biatch. For real. Sounds like there were a couple people triggering each other. Is what it sounds like.
Anybody's guess on what Mushmouth is saying back there, you have at it. Transcript the shit out of that because I have no clue. I just know he's flustered and he can't speak English any further.
Why you trying to keep eyes off your son, Jody Sloop? You want to play these games? We'll play these games. Digger Smith may come out of hiding in Moscow and tell a little more than he wanted to tell before.
Okay, now we got DJ Smith. Okay? DJ Smith. DJ Smith may tell something. Now, I don't know who DJ Smith is, but I'm sure we're going to be finding out. We will. That name really doesn't ring a bell, but then again, it might. Who knows? Oh, Jesus.
About Andy and Don and somebody else close to you that you're really trying to protect, Jody Sloop.
So there's got to be something else up, Jody. So you must know something. You must know something about your son or something.
Wow.
Because it doesn't make sense, and we're not trying to be mean. You're mad at the wrong freaking people. You need to talk to your freaking ex-man, about what the hell he got your son into.
Oh, this was the part about...
Wow. So now they're going to bring up Jody's son again. Now, I don't talk about Jody's son because I'm not going there. The only thing I know about, of course I've heard everything that was said. So don't get me wrong on that, okay? Pretty much what has come out, on YouTube. Just happened to take some notes, but Jody is going to protect her son. She's going to protect her son. I mean, there's been weird stuff that was said or whatever, and, it was, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Hey, B Mama. Bye, Mama. Well, thanks for coming in and saying hi. I'm not sure where Flies is at. She had her fill of me yesterday, so I was on for a long time yesterday. In the context of Summer's case, Captain DJ Smith of the Davis County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina. Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Well, Fred's talking about him for sure. Or saying his name. Let's put it like that. You know, it was always interesting to me when Jeremy Dugan came out and said that that a law enforcement officer's personal vehicle was allegedly seen in the area that day. Now, I don't know why Jeremy Dugan would have to make that up, but, you know, there was some friction when he went to legally kidnap Hunter from Allie and take him to his father in New York. And it did not happen. Didn't. For sure. For sure. I would have to go back and remember the specific, what the vehicle looked like or whatever. I don't remember. I'm getting old. I'm forgetting stuff.
He was saying, DJ Smith, you want to play these games? We'll play these games, Jody Sue. DJ Smith will maybe come out and his tongue get twisted, and now he's like hiding before he wants to come hiding in court and tell him what Andy in Knoxville. Y'all, I've never heard of anyone named DJ Smith in my life.
I had never heard of him.
Nope, buddy. All right. No Knoxville Dawn trips. Nope. And that's just how it is. And that's the fucking truth. And Fred knows goddamn good and well that when all of us say Knoxville is not necessarily mean he knows what the fuck.
Now, I want you guys to hear this because she has said this repeatedly. Jody has said this repeatedly. And it is just a little tidbit to remember when some of these people are, you know, they're telling a story or something and they always say Knoxville. And she has said that this repeatedly.
And that's just how it is. And that's the fucking truth. And Fred knows goddamn good and well that when all of us say Knoxville is not necessarily mean he knows what the fuck's up. And so's Dudley and so's everybody goddamn else.
Okay, so she's saying it's not when they say that they're going to go or they went, you know, to Knoxville, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're talking about Knoxville. Now, you know, maybe it's just from, you know, from Beach Creek to Knoxville, anywhere along the way, heading in that direction, I would say, right? For sure. Now, there's something else. And, you know, Jody came out really kind of quickly in Summer's case and talked about, you know, the possibility that Summer could be, I think what'd she say, Baileyton? She pretty much told the mileage where, you know, she thought that if they took her, that That area is just always stuck out in my mind for some reason. Right? Because then didn't we find out that Marlena lived in that area or was in that area? I can't remember. It had something to do with Marlena. But I don't freaking know. Because they talked about, you know, going there and getting things or whatever.
Knoxville does here
Thank
doesn't
you,
necessarily
Poppy,
what
for
you all think it
welcoming
means
me,
either. And Craig Denver
everyone.
goddamn knows this, so he's gonna miss me with that shit. The ones with pills apparently were up on that fucking hill. Fred and Laura knew came to senior got pills. Everybody else knew. I didn't fucking know, right?
Okay, so you guys heard what she just said. She is saying that, and I have to say allegedly, 110 was where they went and got the pills. Obviously, they didn't try to hide it, or, well, how would you not know? Okay, she's saying she didn't know that they were doing all that stuff on the hill. When'd you find out? When'd you find it out? I mean, these are all problems for summer. These are all problems for summer. For real. Right? Hey, flies. No, you're fine. You are fine, lady. For real. For real. It was a long day yesterday. I was live a long time yesterday, you guys. For sure. And I'll re-release that. I'm going to split it into two different things. Split it into two different videos. I'll learn how to do that. I don't know, you guys. I'm so freaking lazy when it comes to this stuff. I'm like, simplicity counts. Okay, so Jody says everybody else knew what was transpiring at 110 medication wise. Well, I guess they would say all of it's medicinal, right? I don't freaking know. Hey, Cinnamon Girl, you're fine. Better late than never, lady. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. So
you have those pills. You have Fred admitting they were on pills and everything else. Plus, they had the hardcore shit, and they were buddies with them. So quit looking at everybody else with just the weed do. All right, I'm sick of the shit. Fuck all you.
So Jody's telling them to fuck off. Jody's like, quit coming for the weed, man. It's only weed. When they're doing hardcore shit. I get it. But, you know, they're trying to say that Andy was mixed up in a lot more than just weed. Right? I mean, Jody's got a text where she's like, you're spending your money on something you shouldn't be. And she shows where it says something along the lines of, if I want one, I can get it from my mama. I ain't got to pay for it, lady. If I want one, I'll get it from my mom. I swear that's what it said. It did, right? I do too, Flies. I agree with her. I do. I agree with her. Absolutely. I mean, if these, okay, even before we heard that, Okay. I think I had heard it before, somebody saying something about it before. But anywho, she would say things like, I never let my kids over there. But it sounds like that Damien knew the boys, right? I mean, they were neighbors. And I can see, it's crazy. I mean, okay, so we know there was, Jody said, more shit going on at 110 than, she ain't the bad lady here. Weed is weed. And I agree.
Yeah. You want to know where the hard shit is that could have truly hurt somebody? Well, right up on the goddamn hill with her. And right in Fred and Laura's fucking pocket, and Allie's pocket, and everybody else's fucking pocket on the way back from the lake that day. Ken and two, and maybe where people that were
Interesting. Oh, you have pissed Jody off. I gotta hear that. Hold on. I am slowing that down, ladies and gentlemen. That was kind of quick talking. You tell it, Jody.
apparently were up on that fucking hill. Fred and Laura knew Kansas Senior got pills. Everybody else knew. I didn't fucking know, right? So you have those.
And you know what? Jody had cancer. Jody had cancer. So I'm sure Jody got her own medication, so she wouldn't have had to go anywhere to get it. I wouldn't think, though. I wouldn't think so anyway. I could be wrong. I don't know Jody. Personally, I don't.
You have Fred admitting they were on pills and everything else. Plus, they had the hardcore shit. They were buddies with them. So quit looking at everybody else with just the weed dude. Alright? I'm sick of the shit. Fuck all y'all. You wanna know where the hard shit is that could have truly hurt somebody? Well, right up on the goddamn hill with her. And right in Fred and Laura's fucking pocket, and Allie's pocket, and everybody else's fucking pocket on the way back from the lake that day. Ken and two, and maybe where people that were, I don't know, not being mentioned by Fred and them, and witnessed him that everybody else is related to, and down near, places that Fred was hanging out and doing things while he was here at the ground last time. I'm sick of the shit. And then
Jody's sick of the shit. I'm sorry, but I have to take this back a little bit. It's like you don't want to stop Jody when she's talking. Right? I'm sorry, that's just me. Okay, so quit messing with the weed dude. I wonder if I bet it bothers her too that she's had to come out and kind of defend Andy on that. He was the fucking weed dude, man, is what she's saying. Okay, sorry.
no Knoxville Dawn trips. And that's just how it is. And that's the fucking truth. And Fred knows goddamn good and well that when all of us say Knoxville is not necessarily mean he knows what the fuck's up. And so's Dudley, and so's everybody goddamn else.
So she's saying Dudley knows too. She's putting Dudley's name in there. Right? Said they all knew.
Knoxville does here doesn't necessarily what you all think it He's either, and Fred damn well goddamn knows this. So he's gonna miss me that shit. The ones with pills apparently were up on that fucking hill. Fred and Laura knew Candace Sr. got pills. Everybody else knew. I didn't fucking know, right? So you have those pills. You have Fred admitting they were on pills and everything else. Plus, they had the hardcore shit. They were buddies with them. So quit looking at everybody else with just the weed dude, alright? I'm sick of the shit. Fuck all y'all. You wanna know where the hard shit is that could have truly hurt somebody? Well, right up on the goddamn hill with her. And right in Fred and Laura's fucking pocket. And now
I couldn't quite make out what she was saying there. But she's okay. I gotta slow that down, you guys. I'm sorry, but she's I wanna hear what she's saying.
we do, alright? I'm sick of the shit.
I'm
Fuck
sick
all y'all.
of the shit.
You wanna know where the hard shit is that could have truly hurt somebody? Well,
You wanna know where the hard shit that could have I think she said truly hurt Summer or something, is what was at the top at 110.
right up on the goddamn hill with her. And right in Fred and Laura's fucking pocket. And Allie's pocket. And everybody else's fucking pocket on the way back from the lake that day. Ken and two.
Makes sense.
Maybe
That makes sense. That could absolutely make sense. Right? Right? Yeah, I had to slow it down. You're right. That's how I roll over here. I want to hear exactly what she said. And I mean, that's a possibility. That is a possibility. Allie and Candace were mad at each other. They didn't speak. Allie wouldn't speak to her. But Allie walks down to the truck that day. Either she did or didn't. I think somewhere she said she did, and somewhere she said she didn't. Hey, Marie. Okay, I'll speed it up a little bit now. Well, wait a minute. Let's finish it out.
maybe were people that were, I don't know, not being mentioned by Fred and them witnessed him that everybody else is related to and down here.
Fred and everybody and damn, Jody. So you're pretty much, she's talking about witness intimidation, people whose names haven't been mentioned, something everybody else is related.
To and down here, you know, places that Fred was hanging out, doing things was here and girl last time. I'm sick.
Fred. Oh, Fred. What did you do last time you were there without your woman? Inquiring minds want to know. No, well, I could only guess.
Sick of this shit.
Jody's sick of it.
And then I was like, asked Fred about his daughter in the shed.
Okay, I can speed it up a little bit now. So supposedly, now I believe the shed that she's talking about was at the end of Dawn's property, right? And I could be wrong. Guys, I gotta get some water. I have the cotton mouth. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. No, I went to get me a drink and every single light in my house was on. I was like, what am I doing? I'm the only one here. Hold on, I'm looking for my ear things. I'm looking for my thingy, my bobs. Okay. So, Fred, we'll hear the story.
And dope. That's what I said. Sure is.
Shed and dope? What the fuck?
She wanted to lie about some more shit, twist that same old narrative. I have her questions. Why was Fred and his daughter in a shed with the Andy Paul character? Dope was there. Can't say what. Fred and Laura both have spoken on it many times. Some Ziggy's on recordings and lives with them. They said it. Why was his underage daughter around people like that in a fucking shed? And
Oh,
around
no.
Dope? Why was it being given to him?
No, that's, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right? I understand her better on 1.25. Is that fast? So you listen to her fast? Is that what you're saying? Oh, it is. Yeah, it is on 1.25 right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I have it on right now. I wanted to hear exactly what she was saying prior to this for sure.
Did he turn it in? Was Andy Paul arrested then? That Dawn and Candace was happening on their property. I'm pretty sure they would have known Fred was in the shed with Andy Paul and his underage daughter, and drugs were there. Don't you? Fred and Laura said it was happening. I don't know. They said it. I was just.
Dawn went straight to that shed, you guys. We've kind of known that there was always something up with that shed. I mean, that's my mind. Shed, red flag.
Just asking. And they wanted to twist some narrative still, like this group's done for years. We're in that set of shit, so fucking be it. I got real questions about real shit that was really said by Laura and Fred multiple times.
With the
Okay. Credit for this goes to Killer Looks, you guys. Actually, let me throw their link in the chat again. It is in the description on this live stream. I love the way he puts things together. For real. You guys make sure you go check out his stuff. Cool, cool. Okay, so Jody. Okay, so shit's going down. Jody's got questions.
Oh, y'all clip it. Fred just said his daughter was never in a shed with dope. Well, yeah, you go back and grab Fred and Laura both saying that she indeed was, and with Andy Paul in the shed on Dawn and Candace's property. What were they doing hanging out with the guy? Why was there dope? Why was his daughter there? We have questions. Meanwhile, Fred's denying his daughter was ever in a shed on Candace and Dawn's property with Andy Paul and dope. And that dope wasn't given her whatever him and Laura said, and how Laura, you remember on Ziggy's panel, she was like, I'm still pissed off at what he did to my daughter, blah, 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 right? Remember that?
Oh, yes, I remember, Jody. I do. I do. I absolutely do remember that, ma'am.
I just listened to it the other day. I'm sure y'all can find it quicker and shit if you really wanted to.
What she's trying to bring up is about
Andy Paul situation?
Andy Paul thing, and it didn't happen in no building.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
So who done
That had nothing.
He doesn't say it never happened. He says it never happened in a building. Right? That's what he said. It didn't happen in a building. He didn't say that shit never happened. He said it didn't happen in a building. I heard it. Maybe you heard it different. I don't know.
That's a story. Are you talking about that?
That's the only thing.
Yeah. That's something.
That's when he about made his demise too.
Yeah.
I found out about it.
So Fred is not denying something happened. He said when I found out about it. So something did happen. He's saying something happened. Of all the ones close to Ben Hill will drop truth bombs about each other. I know. I agree, DJ. I agree. I know they are dropping shit back and forth, ain't they? I have to go look too. I know the name's been out there. I just don't remember exactly how they're all related. For sure. Don't remember, ma'am. Go back to your notebook, see if you can find that. For sure.
But guess what? You didn't. When you found out that Andy was into all this shit and doing all this stuff, crazy shit he's into, did you do anything about it?
No, she said back in that.
Did you do anything about it? Don't take the shit out on us because you freaking let shit go for years and years, and now here you are in the worst nightmare of your life.
Wow.
It's not our fault that you know. I'm sorry. When it comes to children are a little bit more important than your little love relationship with Auntie Bernard. Like, I don't see what you don't get.
First of all, I've never
Damn.
can afford talking to any fucking note.
Damn, I got my fucking popcorn out. Get your popcorn. Wow. I told you I hadn't listened to this. I like listening to stuff with you guys. I mean, wow. All right. Mic drop on that one, Ziggy. I'll give you that one, girl. I mean, you just, you didn't have no problem getting that out in one breath. For real.
But your old man did.
All the joke between you, Dawn, Candace, and Dawn is what she said.
Her old man one sold Dawn and Candace. What about the heroin and stuff that's delivered at your driveway on the 14th, Jelly Sue?
Oh, what are they freaking doing? What's happening here? What is happening here? I don't think that if that were true, I would think that that would be something that law enforcement would need to know, right? Not YouTube. For sure. So what is happening here? Right? And Fred saying, you can go to the FBI, talk to them, or whoever, right? Why don't you talk to them? Well, are you telling them these things, Fred? It's just... Ugh. So now Fred, yeah, just said that about Jody. And he said it matter-of-factly. He didn't say, I heard, in my opinion. How do you know, Fred? How would you know, Fred? I guess inquiring minds want to know that. But you kind of did say that, you know, you had kind of, you could be a mediator for people who needed to get the word out, you know, to a higher, you know. You did. You could talk to the big guys. Play mediator. It's what you said, Fred. It's what Fred said. Okay. So now, after all these years, okay, they're giving us a shitload of new names. Well, but they're not new names. So, right?
Was that in the recording?
Hold on. Hold on, my man's got a commercial. Hey, I have never known anybody that got a vehicle go through a building and run into them. He's very, very lucky. He is. Bless his heart.
People's pushing up appeal on the counter instead of laying out lines. I said,
Fred's talking about being on camera.
I said, hey, you ain't nothing for her.
Something about the cameras.
You know, I know clear.
He just said she's not having nothing. She's a minor. I don't understand what.
What?
My old lady's oldest daughter. And somehow, in between that time, I know she ain't been no appeal, but he slipped her pot, he slipped her liquor and stuff. And so I didn't even know that he'd even slipped it to her and stuff until the next day.
Hey, Laura, is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
we were just talking. It's me and RJ on the panel. We're actually talking about a comment about that incident of, you know, Andy Paul when he tried to when he slipped your daughter drugs when she was a minor.
Yep.
Well, somebody's going basically was trying to say that Fred, it made it seem like Fred slipped it to your daughter. It's like, no, that's not what happened. Fred did not know about it until the next day. People, and I
Actually, he said something to the man that night, but he didn't know that she had been drinking until he got home that night.
yeah, because he said something to him because the guy was cutting up lines. Now, of course, yeah, it wasn't Fred.
Well, wait. Okay. How would they, if Fred was there, how would they not know until that night? What? Fred, this ain't making you look good, brother. I'm just saying. Sorry, you guys, my hands get shaky. Here we go.
To the man that night, but he didn't know that she had been drinking until he got home that night.
Yeah, because he said something to him because the guy was cutting up lines. Now, of course, yeah, it wasn't Fred was wrong for having the underage child there, but that's not the point. He did not give her drugs.
He didn't know it was going to be like that. It was never like that at Chad before when they.
Oh. Now. Wow. Okay. She's calling out Chad, she says. It was never like that before. And she mentions Chad.
Give her drugs.
He didn't know it was going to be like that. It was never like that at Chad before when they took youngins out there, especially around where inside Francis's house. She didn't allow that.
I thought this was over at the Andy Paul's.
No, this was he went to help Chad get his truck off the road, and it was at Chad's house.
When was that? How long ago? See, Fred was under the impression it was at Andy Paul. Was there an Andy Paul there?
Now, Chad. Okay, is there two different Chads, right? I think there's like two different Chads. It's called Spill Your Guts. Ziggy will gaslight and cover for Fred even if he could. Yeah, she's adamant that he is not lying to her. It doesn't matter what he says. Yeah, Jody, yeah. Ziggy makes me want to. Yeah. I get it. So, Andy Paul which I think Flies mentioned she thought it was Fred's cousin, right? Well, she's saying they took the kids there before. That it had never been like that before. Fred gets home and finds out she was drinking. They had given her alcohol.
Yeah, Andy Paul was there.
Okay.
That's who I'm talking about. Give her the stuff.
And is this Andy Paul the one that was renting the place off Dawn? That camper? Yeah. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Did he take off after that incident?
Fred run him off, told him if he didn't leave, then he was going to something bad's gonna happen.
Laura, you don't have to make a comment on this if you don't want, but just going by what I hear and heard originally around the time that Summer went missing, that the traffic that Don Wells refers to and accuses everybody else of were actually headed to his property.
I did hear that. That was pretty much said in the beginning. People were saying that the traffic was going into Don's.
Well, see, she probably. I'm gonna go get a drink, but I'm going. Go ahead.
I live just about 2 miles away from him, so
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who came and went from his house, and I didn't care. I didn't like the man. I thought he was a creep, and like I told him, when he came to my property, kick rocks.
And Laura, that's exactly what I'm saying. You don't have to answer to what I was saying. I'm just saying, as a local, the traffic I hear he accused everybody else of on Ben Hill Road were actually for his property, or they were meeting him on the lower property down by that busted up shed, or but it was his house, not other houses on Ben Hill Road, that was getting all the attention.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm telling you, when he went home, Candace had somebody different there a lot. It wasn't just every once in a while, but it was at least 2 or 3 times a week, from what I was told.
What, that she would have people over? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, different men.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't live there. So I don't know, but yeah.
Fred said today also the same thing you did. He is once again confirming. He said he swears that Candace knows Cotton. So yeah, but you remember, Jane? You remember that where they were having people sleep, like in the back of trucks and stuff, on mattresses?
Yep.
There were parties there.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
There was a lot of free exchange of. Go for it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of free exchange of very modern, very contemporary, very liberal activities that happened on there that involved a couple different kinds of trafficking. Okay, you cannot. I could sit here and tell you what I could sit here and try to explain to you details. You're not going to believe it.
Here's some.
I mean, seriously. Right? Now, honestly, I hate to say this. I cannot tell you who the guy is that's speaking. He seems to know a lot about the area. So, on Ziggy's, I guess. I guess he's on Ziggy's. Okay, so I mean, okay, so you just have to kind of take in what you hear and look on how any of this has to do with Summer. Right? Fred and Jody kind of telling on each other. But this is the thing, that stuff going on in that area. I mean, there's just, I don't think I would want children in that area at all. If you go back and listen to Lawson, I think he said something about someone asked him about the substances in the area, and he said something about it being a dead-end street. And just the way he said it, made me think that he knew there were things going on at 110. I'm just saying that's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. For sure. Okay, so let's get this finished up, ladies and gentlemen. Sleep. Yeah, I mean, Jody just, her lives are very, very long. And for sure. I just can't remember half of it by the time I finish it anyway.
The best way to say it is the Wells' reputation is they were involved in activity coming out of Knoxville, and their role in it was they were runners.
They were runners.
And then they also hosted and participated in activity that was more defined as human trafficking.
What?
So when you say running, you're talking about drugs?
Yes, sir.
Oh, this must be a call-in place.
And Laura, you can agree or disagree if you wish, but that's the reputation that I've heard as a person who lives in Hawkins County.
I agree 100%.
Wow.
Like they say they are. Say they are.
Yep.
By no means.
By far not.
For somebody to get on TV and say that we was the biggest meth dealers on Beach Creek, once they point their finger at themselves, what was they doing?
Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, I hate to say this, but you don't got no choice around here to do what you got to do. You draw $700 a month on disability. Fred draws $5. I mean, who can survive on that? Nobody.
Do you know what? Can you think of some of who were the chomos that hung over at Candace? Can you think of specifically, Laura, known chomos that would hang out there down at the hill?
I know Andy Paul was one of them. The first time that I ever met Andy Paul is when he tore a fence down, cutting the wood down. I mean, let our horses out. We had to hunt for our horses all night.
Oh my gosh.
And even, this is how good a guy Fred is. Even after he tore the fence down, Fred still cut a tree down and cut it all up and sawed it up for him and took it up there to him.
Oh my God. For firewood?
For firewood, because of them youngins.
So Laura's basically saying that this Andy Paul character was staying up at 110 and was actually Fred cut wood for him and took it up to 110 so the kids could stay warm, right? Yeah, Fred draws $500 a month. So, and that's not a lot these days, for real. Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, very true.
Aww.
I mean, does that sound like somebody that would hurt somebody? I mean, really? Have something to do with a youngin'.
Right. So Andy was cutting wood for Dawn, or is that what you're saying?
Roku.
So that's what it sounded like. Andy Paul was trying to cut wood for 110. Oh, wait, I can't get it.
There then, I don't think.
Damn.
Break down my walls.
Oh, I think that's the end of it. Thank you. Thank you, Killer Looks, for always caring about Summer. He always cared about Summer, I can say that. He's put out some really good stuff on Summer. And if you don't agree with it, it makes you think. Okay, so class, what did we learn? What did we learn, class? Anything? I mean, it basically told us that, Summer was in a really, really bad environment. Really, really bad. But I'm telling ya, Fred got feisty there, didn't he? They're telling on each other. That is what is happening. And it does kind of show us that, that, I don't know. I heard from the very beginning, they talked about like a group of kids. They called themselves dirty kids. They were, young railroad hoppers. They would hop trains and stuff and go to different places. And actually, it was said that, a few would go up and hang out at 110. Right? I think I learned the neighbors took no accountability for their behavior and threw more names of the deceased in the mix. Yes. Too bad they don't haunt them, since they're not here to defend themselves. Yep. That's what I said. It's so easy for them to talk about people that's not here anymore. So, I don't know. Well, I apologize. I was going to pull my notes up, and I ended up listening to that instead. Yes, I did. I apologize. But yeah. Now I can kind of see why Jody's like, look, it was just the weed, dude. Freaking weed. And y'all were doing that horrible stuff. And that's sad. That is sad. I have 10 minutes. But like I said, go over and listen to it again if you like. I think it's better to get distracted. Well, you better go feed your man then, Poppy. I'm getting ready to get off here anywho. Ew, potted meat. Yuck. For real. I have 10 minutes left. My OCD. I do love this picture. Love the picture. I had another one I was going to play too, but I can't remember which one it was. Oh, I know which one it was. Nature lover. It's in my description. Hold on. Hold on, damn it. Okay, what happened when that? Okay, wait. They're saying as of 40 minutes ago that Nancy Guthrie is still alive. She seems to be telegraphing her late. Okay, they're thinking she's still out there. Wow. I just seen that. I will talk about Nancy again, I promise. A lady, oh, I don't know. Oh, the Bad Bunny. Oh, Lord. You had to mention a Bad Bunny, right? I just watched both because I'm just that kind of person. Watch both of them. I love music. What's up, my insane world? My insane world. Oh, well, I did. I seen both of them. And kind of my favorite part was Kid Rock at the end of his concert. I mean, they both were good concerts, for sure. Okay, you guys. I am leaving. I mean, I guess if you learn something, that's a good thing. And think however you want to think. And they're kind of coming at each other saying some really, not good things about each other, and they're doing it on YouTube. I mean, if there's proof that this stuff was happening, they need to tell somebody besides YouTube. But, a lot of the people, there's so many people in Summer's case that passed away. Their names have come up. You know. So, for sure. Names that have already been mentioned. I guess there's nothing wrong to, bring the name out every once in a while. It reminds people of where that name came up to start with, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, where does any of this have to do with Summer? I mean, that tells us what type of people they're, Fred's saying Jody's a certain type of person and, weird shit. And Fred's weird. We know Fred's weird. I mean, so. where, I mean, why would, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay, so real quick, just think about this. What happened on the 14th? What happened on the evening of the 14th? Does anybody remember? Law enforcement was called out, right? Because of Jackie Dobbs. I would think if something like that was supposed to come at the end of my driveway and law enforcement was there, guess what wouldn't be sitting at the end of my driveway? Yeah, he was. Basically ran off. Jody and Andy went looking for him. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. But we also know Summer didn't go missing until the 15th. In the early afternoon. Isn't that what Lawson said? Or am I just making that up in my head? Oh no. Sounds good though, doesn't it? Sad. Sad. I just don't know if, I don't know, them snitching on each other. I mean, but I could watch it again and probably even have more to say. Because I just, you know me, I just talk. I just think it's better when you can talk and have a conversation and not have a bunch of yelling and stuff going on. Him and Leslie said early afternoon hours. Thank you. I think after all this time, though, they need to, you know, if that shit was going on and you know, somebody's like, yeah, there's a human trafficking going on in that area. I would hope that if I was even told that by somebody, I would probably let law enforcement know. I mean, for real. But messed up people, messed up minds. I tell you guys that all the time. Messed up people, messed up minds. And it's even worse when they're doing substances, because then they're messed up people with substance messed up mind. Takes it to a whole new level. Then people be seeing shadow people. Oh, shadow people. That's scary. That's really scary. It is. How Andy had Dobbs' phone number. Didn't they both say Andy called Dobbs? Yeah, for some reason. They were telling him where to go stay, and he chose another motel. He didn't go where they suggested he go to. He went to a different one. And they said they had him on camera there. Right? Did Jody call the cops or did Jackie Dobb call the cops? I don't remember. Well, you know, a lot of people looked into his life. I mean, his dog's name's Elvis. I don't know if Elvis is still around, but he had a dog named Elvis. What else did we find out about him? He had an ex-wife, I think. Yeah. That's interesting that they brought Dudley back up again, though. Right? Oh, Dudley. I mean, when he first came out, he wasn't doing any substances, and then that changed. And he was like, yes, I was doing substances when I was working for Don Wells. He admitted it. They all admit stuff. They all admit shit. They do. What blew my mind to this day that comes to mind about something like that was when the girl came out publicly and said she slept with Don Wells in his house. Right? I was like, girl, what are you doing? But then again, you know, to each their own. Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, Jody even talks about they had no trespassing signs up everywhere. He just wanted to clear him a spot where he could stay. What it sounded like to me, but Crystal Spencer. Yes, Crystal. Yep. She did. I can't remember what else Crystal said. She's Crystal. Wasn't it Crystal who said that one of the boys was pilfering their weed? Right? That was Crystal Spencer. Damn, I'd like to find that. I wish I knew who did that. For sure. She tells a few things. She does. Well, let me see. If I find it, I'll give you the link. Crystal Spencer. Summer. Sorry, I'm using one finger. I'm a lazy. Here we go. Is it here on JLR's? JLR, you got her. I mean, she goes on somebody's panel. Oh, JLR tells us, oh, damn it. Here, I'll show you her picture. You guys have to go over and watch this. Here, I'll give you a link to it. The JLR. Now, I don't remember. She went on somebody's live, didn't she? Do you guys remember that? A lot of whose boyfriend's conversations? Crystal Spencer's lies. JLR. I'm putting JLR. JLR. Goodness. All right, there's the link to JLR's. That was the main thing that I remembered was Crystal going on somebody's live and talking. Hold on. Okay, here's some text. This is from Crystal Spencer. Hi, Crystal. My name is Jonathan. I am covering the Summer Wells case. Rumors are flying that you slept with Don Wells in his house and lived there. Is that true? Ooh, she says, listen, Jonathan, I know who you are. I watch your YouTube videos. I ain't got nothing to do with Summer being missing. So she watches you? So Crystal Spencer is keeping an eye out on JLR. Maybe. Hi, Crystal. I don't believe you have anything to do with Summer's disappearance. I'm asking if it's true that you slept with Don Wells in his house. If it's true, weren't you in a relationship with Dave Britt at the time? She said, I was with Don one time, and my boyfriend knows all about it. We know Candace and Don did. What did Candace and Don do there, ma'am? For sure. Do you guys, I mean, most of the people around there, you guys, feel like that they know something. She says, we know Candace and Don did something to Summer. That's all I'm going to say. He said, how do you know they did something with Summer? did TVI in Hawkins County talk to you about this? She says no law spoken with us. That's all I'm going to say. I hope they find Summer. Yes, ma'am. But no, I think she ended up going on somebody's panel. For sure. You guys can go check us out if you want. JLR on the case. Oh my gosh, you guys. You should, I'm sure he has in here where what Candace puts on Facebook about Crystal. She was calling her some names. She was. But you guys can find it. You can find it. All right. That was fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I get lonely if I don't come on here and say hey. Hey. Crystal Crime spoke to him. Spoke to that. Oh, David Britt. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I kind of got muddled in what you were saying. Let me pull it up. I'll do a quick, I hope she's home. Let me grab it real quick. Okay, today's update as of should be, we've got 31 minutes ago. They said they believe their mom is still out there in a new video. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Let me stop and then I'll reshare it. This is an update on Nancy Guthrie. She's an 84-year-old woman who they believe has been abducted and being held for ransom. This is let me see how long ago this was. Make sure I'm on it. This is today, and it was updated at 4:42, it says. Okay, let's just, poor girl. Poor girl. Hold on. I'm so freaking uncoordinated right now. Okay, let's see if we can hear this.
Breaking news into CNN just moments ago, Savannah Guthrie posted a new video on Instagram about her missing mother, Nancy. Here it is.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock, trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Well, I'll tell you who we need. Maybe a little bit of anonymous. My opinion. For sure. All right. I'm going to get off here because I know that I'm probably getting boring. So, hold on. Yeah, that was the newest one from 35 minutes ago. They're doing live updates on CNN. So, that's sad. You know what? People need to put their energy into this. For sure. My heart breaks too for her. So, there, as far as the police investigation, been no suspects named as the search for the 84-year-old woman enters into its second week. And we were talking about an individual with mobility problems and also needs medication and also has a pacemaker. Right? Did not take any medication. Everything was left at her home. Doorbell, camera, gone. There was and I don't know if it's true because law enforcement didn't come out and say it, that there were other cameras in the house that had been broken, basically. Right? They are demanding $6 million. Okay, so the CNN affiliate KGUN previously reported citing a purported ransom note sent to the station. The note included a threat to Nancy's life if the deadline isn't met. Law enforcement again states there are no suspects. We know she took an Uber to her daughter's house. She hung out, had dinner, played games or whatever. They brought her back home, showed her garage door opening and closing within like 2 minutes. But out the front door is where they found, blood on the walkway. right? I mean, this is, I believe, the fourth video posted is them giving a direct appeal. That's so sad. You guys can check this out. I mean, this is the CNN. It has like everything. You guys can go down and watch every video, and so, like I said, this is CNN. So, yes, time is. What time is it now there, I wonder? This is so sad that I feel bad even watching this. Waiting to see what happens. This is so sad. It's like, why would someone want to hurt an 84-year-old woman? Wow. Now, her daughter, Savannah, is a news anchor / host on the Today Show. It's on TV. Yes, they did look at the septic tank. The thing about it is, they should be checking all those areas anyway, right? Whether they get a tip or not, they should be checking those areas. So that was, this was 8 hours ago. I mean, this woman needs to be found. Okay, here's what they say, the evidence linked to Nancy's disappearance. She's been gone 9 days. This is what was being looked at. A surveillance camera at her house detected a person on camera at 2:12 a.m. on Sunday, February 1st. But there's no video to show who or what exactly triggered the alert. Okay, wait a minute now. They just detected it? Okay. It is possible that the camera was not triggered by a person, but instead something else like an animal. Blood was found on the porch. Proven to be Nancy's. So we know that she was injured. Front door camera, they say, is missing from the home. Camera was previously in the front door area of the house. Investigators say they are not aware of any other cameras missing. Were the other cameras broken? They kind of skirted around that, didn't they? She had a pacemaker. It was disconnected from her phone at 2:28 on February 1st. 2 ransom notes had been sent to media outlets. The first demanded millions of dollars in Bitcoin for her return, with 2 deadlines. The first being last Thursday, and the second deadline of today. FBI Special Agent in Charge Heath Jenkins said. Wow. The children talk about mom. So, and, you know, they have to, the Today Show people, they're all really sad. So, they're like, we can't be happy right now. But she goes back to work. Savannah goes back to work. So, I don't know, it's also odd to me. Of all people that you would take, her mom. Now, another thing that I found interesting was the fact that her daughter Annie and Annie's husband received a text, had been receiving text with a man who was acting like the kidnappers. He sent them ransom notes or text. He was arrested. He was arrested. But I questioned why them. Why out of the whole family, that dude picks her and her husband. There is going to be security left at her house. I don't blame them. There's people creeping around there. JLR's creeping around there. I'm not saying JLR's doing anything weird. Okay. You know, wherever JLR's at, you're going to get some content. He will get in the nitty gritty of all of it. Okay. So, yes, 6 million. Now, it was 6 million in Bitcoin. So whatever Bitcoin is, I think I showed the scale yesterday. That's horrible. I mean, like I said, you guys check this article out for sure. It just goes through everything so far. All the interviews and everything. Thank you, CNN. CNN, us. Crime and justice. Love it, love it, love it. I do. Pretty interesting. Okay, let's see if we can get a live update here. Hold on. Let's get a live update. Oh, I guess I did give you guys basically the live update. Hey, Steven. Dolly's out there too. Good for Dolly. Hey, you know, I think if I had a good enough car, I would be going everywhere too. I really would. The conspiracy theory in Nancy's case says Savannah interviewed girls in Epstein fiasco. No. Lord have mercy, where in the heck have you been hanging out, lady? Girl, No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. But I'm glad you put conspiracy theory. For sure. I mean, kind of weird. I believe anything when it comes down to eat those people. For sure. But, hey, Rosie, I'm not going to put it on Savannah. I'm not. Her mother's missing, and I'm not going to do that. For real. What he done to that precious little boy's mom when she was on her way to be told her child was. Are you talking about JLR? I guess I missed what Poppy said. I'll have to pull my chat up. I am not keeping up, girls. For sure. Hopefully, really soon, we'll have good news about Nancy Guthrie, 84, being held for a ransom of $6 million. Or I'm sorry, 6 million Bitcoin. Crazy, isn't it? Our world is just, I think our world's always been fucked up in a way, but people are just realizing that, there's some not good people in the world. Not good people. Me too, Rosie. Definitely praying. But I adore you guys. I'm getting my butt off here. I was even on here a half an hour longer. For sure. I would want up-to-date proof she was still with us. I agree. I agree. The last, okay, hang on. Let me make sure there's not a, 23 million. I just showed you guys the most recent interview. So yeah, you can go to NBC News Live if you want to watch it again. And also make sure you guys check out the CNN US. It's very interesting. I'm just saying. Tell them RC sent you. No, you ain't got to do that. They don't know who I am. I am good. But I do enjoy their coverage of the Nancy Guthrie abduction. I'm just saying, how messed up is it? For real. For money. For money. And honestly, I do not know if any of the families involved. Law enforcement hasn't said that anyone in the family is involved. It's just that's some of the first places they go is to the family. So, I mean, if they're looking into, some family stuff, then that's probably why. So, for sure. On which one, though? Dolly doing what? What was he doing? I've seen Dolly do some messed up stuff, y'all. For real. Go to your YouTube search and put in Dolly Vision and just scroll and scroll and scroll. Very interesting. It is. All right. Adore you guys. Be you, do you, go hang out. I will try to keep up with Nancy Guthrie and put it in my community post. So I will actually pull up my community post right now so it can be ready. And I hope they let her go. Just let her go. Seriously. I mean, peace out, guys. Definitely send prayers to everybody who needs them today. Cam needs them. For real. And Allie needs them. That family needs prayers right now. And it has for a while. I mean, you guys know that. They've been needing prayers for a while now. And everybody else who needs them, thank you. Peace out.